Hey guys. Okay. Okay. Hey guys. So I know I haven't been here in a while. I had to post a little gym with it. How I just you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. I'm gonna get through this. I don't give a shit. 30. Okay, guys. Some difficulties there, but you get over it. That's besides the point. So today I'm gonna be doing a movie. Yeah, I know, a movie. I haven't done this. This will be a one shot. I don't know how long this video is gonna be. So stick in here with me, nigga. As you can see, he's gonna be in Akatsuki, but it's gonna be a little different than just the display. He's not gonna become the 10-toed turkey. I'm gonna show you it now. He's not gonna become the 10-toed turkey, but he's gonna do something else. And I will throw subtle hints in there that what he's gonna become, and just subtle things that's gonna happen. So, and I'm gonna have to do the time period this is, and this is like right after Sasuke, like a few months after Naruto and Sasuke fought, and Naruto won in this timeline. But you'll understand later. Okay, so let's get into it. Sorry for the background noise. I'm gonna be here for a while, so my fan needs to be on because I'm going to die if I'll die of heat stroke if I don't have my fan on. So deal with it. So now, we go back. Now we head into the what if. And by the way, I'm gonna be with you guys on the premiere, and when I'm gonna premiere this video. So in the premiere, I'm gonna be there in the chat. Just telling you guys. so I, so we skip to Naruto Uzumaki. He had yellow hair, golden yellow hair, and dark blue eyes. Well, to be honest, they were ocean blue, but at this point they were dark. He was walking to the Hokage's office, and he was pondering on something. I'm gonna have a few days after, a few days before this, him going to the Hokage's office. Flashback. This is a few days after Sasuke had just came back. Now in this timeline, Naruto and Sakura was dating. And I says was very quick. So Naruto woke up from beating the fuck out of Sasuke. And Sasuke woke up a few days before him. So Naruto went on his way to see Sasuke, but when he got there, he saw Sakura kissing Sasuke, his own girlfriend, kissing someone besides him, and they have never kissed before. And Sasuke showed no reluctance to do so, his own best friend. So this hurt him, but they didn't see him. Well, Sakura did see him, but Sasuke didn't. Naruto left the hospital after that, a few days later, and Naruto, now we get back to here. Now let's skip to the council, the Shinobi Council or Konoha Council. They are now talking about young Naruto Uzumaki, because Naruto was using the Kyuubi's chakra, and they figured out about this. And this is the one person who told them was Kakashi Hatake. Kakashi meant to tell them, because he knew what would happen to Naruto if they found out he used the Kyuubi's chakra. Now, you're asking, why would Kakashi do this? Now, Kakashi slightly blames Naruto for Minato's death. He blames Naruto as in, if Naruto was never alive, Minato would never die. Which, yeah, he is right, but doesn't give him justification to do this, but hey. And they came to a decision to take Naruto to Blood Prison, or the Blood Prison. And they made a case that every crime that the Kyuubi did, they hold Naruto accountable for it. And this is why Naruto's being called. Tsunade, Jiraiya, and the rest of the Sannin. And I said, yeah, the rest of the Sannin. Because after the whole fight with Naruto and Sasuke, Orochimaru decided he just wanted Sasuke. He didn't want to be immortal anymore. He just wanted to train Sasuke to see where he would go. And maybe make a clone of him and take over that body. He decided that's what he was going to do. And he sent a letter to the Hidden Leaf saying that he will come back on their own justification that he can train Sasuke. And the council agreed to this. Now Naruto has reached the Hokage's office, where then he was blasted, then wood spotted out of the ground and grabbed him, forcing him to the ground, and then a cage appeared around him. As is where Tsunade started to speak. Now, she says, Naruto Uzumaki, you have been held accountable for all the miscrimes and the crimes that the Kyuubi did on that day. Naruto, you are hereby banished from the Hidden Leaf, and now you're being sent to the Blood Prison. And Naruto was shocked. And you're asking why Tsunade would do this? Because Tsunade didn't know when she was talking to Naruto that Naruto was a 9-tailed Jinchuriki. Now, I'm gonna abbreviate something. Tsunade's brother, he didn't die in the Third Great Ninja War. He died in the Kyuubi attack this time. So she also feels some hatred towards Naruto. Jiraiya, in this fact, is the same thing with Kakashi. He blames Naruto for Minato's death. But he will change at some point, but it's not gonna be that intellectual on Naruto, because Naruto would eventually not give a fuck. But Naruto was there now sent to the Blood Prison, which now they put a tag on the cage and sent Naruto to the Blood Prison. After that, a few days later, Naruto was in the Blood Prison. Naruto was stripped down to just his boxers and eventually was forced just to take off his boxers. And I think you can guess what happened from there. It's not coming out of my mouth. Anyways. And Naruto was then placed in a cell with no chakra left, which the seal that was placed on him to keep him from using chakra, and especially the Kyuubi chakra. Now, Naruto, after a few days, got out on I think they call it the playground, and he starts just trying to escape generally. He just starts banging the walls, pleading for them to let him go, that he's never done anything wrong. Everything he did was in the name of his village. Please let him go. And they would not listen to him. They don't really care. And they were given the information that Naruto was a 9-tailed Jinchuriki. So they knew he was bad news from the start. Or they thought so. Naruto decided that it was no point in screaming or fighting because it's not going to happen. But he should make it happen himself. So day after day, he tries to get out of there. Do something. He's not going to sit there and let everything happen to him. He was never that type of person. Sorry. Anyways, Naruto then, after a few days, met a girl. Her name was, let's call her Yahigo, Yah, Yahigo, Yah, Yahitoro, Yahitoro, Yahitoro. Yahitoro was a had darker skin, had dark skin, and she had pale green eyes. She wore a bandana with her white hair escaping from some of the edges of the bandana. But Naruto could tell her that could tell that she was a girl from his shinobi training. By the way her walk, she was adjusting it to put it as a boy's, but by the way she walked, talked, and had to deepen her voice every so often, showed that she was a girl. Naruto kept on talking to her, and she was cold at first but warmed up to him. Naruto realized that she didn't have the seal on her, and he pondered why, but he didn't really bother with stressing his head about it, because Naruto doesn't know this, but he is the only person that has that seal on him. The rest has normal chakra restricting seals, but he's the only person that that has that seal. Cause the Hidden Leaf, if there's one thing, they ain't stupid. They know Naruto would eventually be able to find a way to use the QB chakra to burn off that seal. But they took measures in that, knowing that that person had a specific seal for this specific reason. So, yeah. So Naruto started talking to her, and it came to one day where Naruto decided to escape, and this time it was really successful. He got out of the prison, but he met himself as a whirlpool. Now take this in consideration. Like, I told you whirlpool. Okay. So Naruto ends up at this whirlpool, and he tries to jump into it. This is where he starts drowning. And while drowning, he ponders on everything he's lived up to. He thinks about the village that he was ready to go back to, but he then wondered, am I even welcome there? What is the point of ever looking at that village again? Every time I've been there, every day I've been there, I've been ridiculed. Every good deed I've done has either gone to Sasuke or said that it was just out of pure luck. Every good deed, good idea, strategy, everything I've ever done has been mocked, ridiculed, and put into the grave. I shed blood, tears, and sweat for that village, and what did I get back in return? Nothing. I've just got back nothing. Not a thank you, not a good job, not good work, nothing. Become Hokage? Laughable. Who would ever want to become a Hokage of that pitiful village? I can't tell a kunai from a scroll that a kunai sealed into. Worthless people. Weak people hiding behind fear to justify everything they've done. You know what? Fuck the Hidden Leaf. It can burn in hell for all I care. And then something starts to creep onto Naruto. Some black goo running up from his hand to the left side of his face. And Naruto's eyes also change. The outside of his eyes become black, a pitch black, but his pupils become red, with 9 tumors surrounding them. And then the black goo fully settles on half of his face, turning half of his hair black, and his eye that no change completely purple and circular. This was called a purple Zetsu. The only purple thing about him was his eye, but purple Zetsu. It propelled itself it flashed out a black tendril out of its hand and pulled it toward the stone, where someone also grabbed it. It pulled Naruto out of the water. Naruto coughed up water, awakened, looking at his eyes and feeling his lips warm. With the black scoop with the black goo still on the left side of his face. Naruto took off his shirt, realizing it was damp, but also saw something weird. The seal that was on him was slowly burning away. Not noticeable, not too noticeable or too fast. He just noticed it's going away. Now, he saw the girl, Yahikoto. Oh my god. Don't really mention her name, bro. Y'all know her name. She's from the Blood Virgin movie. Y'all know her. She died. But, yeah. She was in a cave with Naruto. In the middle of the cave there was a fire, warming both of them up. Naruto took off his shirt, and she looked crossed and blushed, seeing Naruto's fine-toned body. Yes, he was short for his age, but he was ultimately handsome. Now Naruto now realized the goop and that was on his left half of his body, and was screaming and wailing his hands around trying to get it off. But this is when something strange happened. The goop started to talk, and he said, "Master Naruto, please can you stop trying to pull my skin off?" And Naruto yelped in surprise and asked, "What are you?" And the Purple Zetsu says, "My name is Purple Zetsu. How can I put this? Before I saved you, or me and that lady out there saved you, you felt a burning sensation in your eyes, yes?" And Naruto shook his head. Then the Purple Zetsu said yes. Now, seeing that, yeah, you made me. Well, to put it clearly, your past self made me. Naruto asked him to reset that, please. Your past self remade me. And the girl shouted, "Reincarnation." She asked reincarnation with a surprised tone, and that Purple Zetsu said yes. And Naruto asked, what is reincarnation? And the girl face planted onto the ground and saying, "How dumb are you?" And Naruto said, "To be honest, I never really got taught anything. I had to learn to read on my own, eat, sleep, talk all on my own. No one helped me, so I had to do it all on my own. I just copy what I saw people do. So, yeah." And she says, "Why were your parents there?" And Purple Zetsu said, "They're dead." And Naruto says, "Actually, I didn't know that. I thought that they left me alone. But I guess it's better to know that they're dead." But then Purple Zetsu chimed in, "I can tell you more about your parents later, but you need to get out of here. I mean, out of the prison." And she said, "No, I can't get out of here." And Naruto asked her if she can get out of here too, and she says, "No. I think you observed already, that I don't have the seal that you have on, nor am I supposed to be here." And she says, "I'm a spy, basically." And Naruto nodded his head. And Horozetsu says that, "Actually, I think you're gonna want something that's gonna come out of here. You'll see later." So he told Naruto to get back there, to put chakra in his eyes and say this word. Naruto put chakra in his eyes, and the same dojutsu that I talked about earlier came into Naruto's eyes. She was shocked because it wasn't like the Sharingan, but had tritomos, but it was really different. Her outside of his eyes were black. The white part of his eyes were now black, and his eyes that was now a beautiful blue color was now completely red, with a crimson red with 9 tomos inside of it. She was but it gave off this odd feeling of divinity, like he was some god. But she paid no attention to it, and Naruto said Kamui, and then Kamui them back into the prison, which he was thinking about at this point in time. Black Zetsu retracted into his body, and Naruto was sent Kamui her into her cell with a few missed tries actually landing in other people's cells, but he got her into hers and he got back into his. He went to sleep. This is where he went to his mindscape and Black Zetsu started to talk. He said, I will tell you more about your past self at a later date. But I don't think we can go back to Konoha. Naruto says I don't want to go back to Konoha. And Purple Zetsu says, wasn't thinking of it. I think we need to go back to your home village. And he asked, my reincarnation village or my village? Or my home village? Which wouldn't be Konoha if we said we were going to Konoha already. That Purple Zetsu says no, the home of the Uzumaki clan, Uzugekure. Naruto nodded his head and said, makes sense. That my family, I actually come from a clan. Makes sense. Anyways, they started to talk and they started to talk about his powers. He's saying that you have a power called the Joe Rene Shotgun. Your past self had it and he mastered it to its absolute divinity. He had 9 abilities showed by your 9 Tomos, but I don't think you would activate most of those abilities. But I'll give you the basic rundown of the abilities that you have right now and can use. As you saw, Kamui, which is the weakest out of the main abilities. Then you also have something called the Renegade abilities, which are just a prerequisite of having the powers. First is Almighty Push, then second is Almighty Pull. No, Almighty Push and Pull, the first group. Then Healing, or the King of Hell, Soul Ripping, which is just soul ripping basically. You have all 5 basic chakra natures. You have summoning and multiple other paths that I don't feel like explaining now. But you will try to master them all. And the arguably the strongest ability, Okotsu Natsukami. Now Naruto was puzzled. What does Kotsu Natsukami do? Basically, it gives you full domain over every user. If a normal Uchiha was supposed to get this, he could only use it approximately 10 years at a time. But you can use this each day, which I think you should use to slowly but surely get control of this whole prison. All of the inmates in it anyways. To retreat them back to the village. Then after that, you should go after the people in the land of waves. Although Naruto, you saved them, doesn't mean that they're fine and dandy. You were thinking naive that just helping them defeat Gato would bring back everything. They're in poverty now. They needed a leader, and the only person they will listen to is you. Tazano couldn't do it, no one could do it. Only you, Naruto. Because they would follow your lead without question. Naruto sits back into his mindscape and says, the only reason I'm actually saying yeah and fine and all of that is because I still think this is a dream. But reality finally hit me. This is not a dream. And Purple Zetsu says, glad you know that, Naruto. Now, sleep. You have a long day ahead of you. First part of the Naruto Banished series movie. Moving on to the second part. But before we do this, I want to have some water and a bit of a snack. So you're gonna have to wait there and listen to me drink water and eat a snack. Sadly, sad for you, Manigay. That is good. Anyways, part 2 of Naruto Banished series begins now. Naruto woke up with the guards banging at his cell telling him to wake up. Naruto, through his sleep, was practicing on behest of the Purple Zetsu, practicing his Okotsu Natsukami ability. He wants to get this whole process over and done with so he can head on to the later stages and help the land of waves, because he feels it's his fault that they're now in poverty because he wasn't there to lead them. Although he couldn't do this even if he wanted to, as a Konoha shinobi, he should have been there to help at least. So he got up and put on his prison clothes and went outside where he did his daily tasks, and he went up to the playground. Now, unlike what Naruto did in the movie, where he challenged the warden every day at the same time to get the to get the okay to leave, he knew that was a dead cause because the Hidden Leaf would never allow him to leave. So he decided that he was not gonna risk it, and he was just gonna, how'd you say, let things play out. On the first day, he wondered if he just did one group of people, that all of them would get trapped in the genjutsu. So he went up to a group of people and he started to say hey, and they were getting a little hostile towards him, and this is where he said and activated his eyes and saying Okotsu Natsukami. And Naruto's eyes started to bleed, and their eyes got a 9 tumors in it, then returned to their normal color. And they says, "What is your order, Lord Naruto?" Naruto smiled at hearing that, and he says, "To be my loyal slave." Now, I want to pause this for a bit. Now, I didn't want to use the term slaves, but I couldn't find any other way to put this in requisite, because that's basically what they are. They're undoubting slaves. Like, that's what they are. So I didn't want to say that, but that's the only way that I could have got true to you, to show you that's exactly what I actually meant. So I don't know what to tell you, my nigga. I'm sorry, I guess. I honestly don't know what to tell you, my nigga. Hey, back to the video though. So Naruto told them to act normal for now, and he will go back. And when he calls on them, they come, and they shake their heads and go back to being normal, like nothing ever happened. Naruto smiled while walking away at this revelation that he can do. If they're in a group of people and all the people are looking at him at the same time, he can put multiple people in Okotsu Natsukami. He smiled at this fact. He is not too long from reaching his goal. He goes and he does this for a few days until he has the whole of the inmates and prison wrapped around his finger. Even a few guards that were hanging out around the place. He decided, hey, fuck it. I already got people now. Now, this is where Zetsu started to teach Naruto basic knowledge about the 5 great nations, and tell Naruto all that he knew. Because he wasn't just staying dormant in Naruto, he was literally being himself. He was being Gigi. So Naruto, after a while, got complete control over the prison, including the guards. But the only person that he didn't take was the wardens, the warden and the keepers of the prison, because Purple Zetsu told him that they will add to his digression, or add to his initial goal, they're summoning something that would add to its goal. Now, one day, Naruto was brought down to a cave, and Naruto had no regrets. Where they started to take out Naruto's Kyuubi chakra, which Naruto perfectly liked them to, actually summon some of the Kyuubi chakra, and allowing them to take it. Naruto was thrown aside like he was some doll, and then they summoned the beast that they summoned in the movie, because I can't remember this nigga's name, and I never tried to. So, the person, so the warden's son steps out, but the warden then realizes it's not the same, it's not his son anymore. This is where the wardens get stabbed, and everything proceeds to canon. But this time, Dayton Leaf didn't show up, because that was not their initial goal. Their initial goal was to infiltrate and find out what was going on, but that wasn't the case. Now they just sent Naruto there because they needed a banisher. Now this is where Naruto ends up. This is where fuck. This is where Purple Zetsu comes in. Purple Zetsu tells Naruto to grab that stone pot over there, and Naruto grabs it, and Black Zetsu spreads on the golden cup, turning it into a gourd similar to Gaara's. Now Naruto puts his finger in it, and the gourd gets full with seals, and Naruto says, get close to that beast and seal him into that gourd. Then Naruto leaps at the beast, with the beast knowing his intent, sensing his feelings, dodging, but it couldn't dodge. It was pulled forward to him. This was Naruto using the Rinnegan abilities, pulled towards him, and it got sucked in. Naruto applied his goal, and this is where Yayukoto came next to Naruto, and she understood what his plan was, because they've been sharing his plan to each other for days. Naruto then ordered all the inmates to grab everything valuable, everything intelligible, everything that is in there, grab it, and come back and put it in these scrolls. Then we will head on our way. Go to the armory and grab cloaks for everyone, rations of food, grab everything, and we'll be on our way to Uzumaki, the hidden land of whirlpools. And Naruto smirked at the end of this question, at the end of the sentence. Now that is also book 2, or part 2 of the series, not part 2 of this whole entire movie. So if you need to grab a snack, grab some juice, I'm giving you 5 minutes to do so. So I'm also gonna grab some juice and some water, and we're gonna go back to this video. So take your break, get your break. It doesn't matter. I'll give you that time. I'll be right back. Hope you guys have got your snacks, your water, because I did. So, I got my snacks, I got my water, got some water for my daughter. Anyways, I don't have a daughter. We're now headed in to book 3 of this park. Are we already book 3? I don't know. I can't remember. Naruto made his way to Uzumaki, using a boat to travel across the water and reach Uzumaki. Naruto landed on the border of Uzumaki, surrounded by whirlpools, but Purple Zetsu told him a path to get there while avoiding the whirlpools. Naruto got in there and went in to the Whirlpool village, seeing it ransacked. Naruto then waved some hand signs because on the way here he made some stops just to rest and train, putting some fine tune on his jutsu and learning most of the jutsu. Also finding out he has something called Divine Wood Style. And this wood style is different because it negates all elements, so no element can really break it, and it's gray in color, but it also has a genjutsu effect on it, and it can absorb chakra at a faster rate than the normal wood style can. Now Naruto said, Divine Wood Style, Reattachment Jutsu, and the wood sprouted out of the ground, reattaching the hidden Whirlpool village into its natural state, or the way it was before it was attacked in the Third Great Ninja War. Or the fourth, or the second, I don't know. Now Naruto told everyone to settle in where he has to do something. Naruto decides that it's time, or Purple Zetsu decides that it is time to get all of this out of the way and re-increase the forces. So he then starts thinking on how some people to revive. Now he thinks he needs people with the jutsu, so he would revive 2 members of the Uchiha clan that were actually loyal people and not bad people. Then he decides to do a person that has 2 people that has Kekkei Genkai, and then the other person should be a Jonin, or a high level Jonin at that. Maybe on some way of Kakashi's level. Then the last person should be a Jinchuriki. A past Jinchuriki doesn't matter. They will still revive the Jinchuriki that's inside of him, or the chakra that's supposed to be there. So he then starts on thinking of 2 people to do so, and he wanders upon 2 Uchiha. Shisui Uchiha and Izumi Uchiha, the lover of Itachi Uchiha. He guessed he should actually put her up to age, also as Shisui. Don't leave them at the age that they were before. So around 22. Then Kimimaru. She was a female of the Kaguya clan and was a prodigy, but she had a sickness that killed her. Then the other Kikigenkai user should be Haku. The boy that was in the Yuka clan that was exceptionally good at using Senbon. So Black Zetsu covered half of Naruto's face and told him that Naruto, after I do this, you're gonna go into a very, very deep sleep. And there I will inform you about your appearance after this fact. Now, after we retrieve the hidden whirlpool village, not hidden whirlpool village, the hidden land of waves, our next target is the land of snow. You've been there before, I know. You now have, then after that you will go hunting down for members of the village, maybe another Jinchuriki, maybe another Dojutsu users, who knows. All that we will do is find, conquer, and improve. Then Black Zetsu forcibly put Naruto's hand in a hand sign, and the head of the Gesso statue appears, just the head, and it opens its mouth and opens all 10 of its eyes, showing them there's Joe Rene Sharingan inside of them, and then it breathes out a mist, and Izumi Uchiha, Shisui Uchiha, Kimimaru Kaguya, Zabuza Momochi, Haku Yuki, Rin Nohara, all step out of the Gedo statue's mouth, and this is where Naruto's sight becomes blank. Now, to fill in the rest of this whole entire mishap, because I know people have been like, because I'm gonna skip to a part where Naruto, it was already briefed and everything, so I'm not gonna explain it. So, and they're just gonna be calm, so I'm just gonna explain what happened. So, in the time that Naruto was knocked out, Black Zetsu took over Naruto's body and started to explain everything that happened to him to this point, and Zabuza was really mad. Also, as Haku, Rin was shocked that Kakashi could do such a thing, and Shisui and Izumi were like, what has the hidden leaf gone to? And Shisui even put in the remark that maybe it was not even the Uchiha that needed to be exterminated. Maybe it needed to be the whole of Konoha. But then again, Itachi would never do such a thing. Haku was just really sad for her new best friend, and maybe the only friend that she ever really had, and was just cradled his head. Although he was standing with Black Zetsu on, just cradled his head in her hands and said it would be okay, trying to comfort Naruto in some way. But although Naruto was dead and knocked out, but hey, we don't talk about that. Now, Ren also cradled Naruto, understanding the pain that he had to go through, and she was also not brought up to her the age she was. She was still Naruto's age, which Purple Zetsu was really surprised about, because he wanted her to be the same age, but the age she would be now, but it looked like it didn't work out, so he didn't really try to fix it anymore. So he told them that their next plan is to go to the wave, the land of waves, and conquer, basically. He says basically, but that's not what they're really going to do. He explained the whole situation with them, and blah blah blah. So let's get back into the video, or the main plot story, whatever. So Naruto wakes up and he was already briefed on everything. And then Zetsu told the rest to give Naruto some privacy, him and Naruto some privacy, so they can talk about Naruto's parents. Shisui already knew about Naruto's parents, but he obliged and told everyone to get out, and he left too. Shisui, oh by the way, Shisui has both his eyes because Black Purple Zetsu also healed them, so they were back to their perfect state, their prime state. So Zabuza, prime state, Haku, prime state, Ren, prime state, Kimimaro, prime state, Izumi, prime state. And Izumi actually has the Mangekyo Sharingan now because of what Itachi did. And pause, I hate doing this. So in the novel, Itachi put her under a Genjutsu where they spend the rest of their life together, and this brought her so much happiness that she activated her Mangekyo Sharingan. So yes, I'll get back into the video. I'm sorry I had to pause like that. Just had to say. So Naruto decided after that. So Black Zetsu then explained Naruto, and to explain to Naruto what happened with his parents, and he emphasized that they loved Naruto. That if they could, they would sacrifice the village for Naruto, but they thought about the thousands of people's lives and had second thoughts on just leaving the village to die. Although they wanted to just to live with their son once more, they realized it would be selfish. And they realized it would be selfish to ask someone other than their child to become a Jinchuriki. If they couldn't do it, what right parent could? And they were right. What right parent could do that? But anyways. Now guys, I realized something. Wait, hold up. This is funny, right? This is funny. This is not really a part of the story, but guys, do you see this here? Like, where my mouse is, right? Doesn't that look like a person just holding something? It looks weird, doesn't it? Anyways, let's get back into the video. So after Naruto heard that, he was sad and crying, understanding that his parents really loved him, but they had to make a choice. 1,000 billions of people are their lives, and ultimately any person with sanity would pick the billions of people. So Naruto obliged. So Naruto understood their sacrifice, and therefore originally he was gonna hate them, but he realized after the story was finished, he realized that they had to make a tough choice, and the choice that they put in the end ultimately was wrong, but at the right time they saw as right. But Naruto digressed. Naruto got up off his tears and activated his Joe Rene Sharingan, and he toughened up and said, I won't let their memory go in vain. I'm not gonna protect the village, but I'm gonna protect my own with my own life, just like they did. Then Shisui came in and said, Naruto, are you ready? Because everybody has been settling to their houses, and we are ready to go to the land of waves. Naruto nodded his head with his Joe Sharingan still activated, and Shisui says, that's a spectacle. It's even more powerful than the Sharingan. And actually I can tell that by leaps by how many Tomos it has in it. Damn. You're gonna be one strong shinobi, Naruto. Naruto says, nodded his head and says, I'm looking forward to that day. They got on a boat and headed towards the land of waves. And on the next stop, the land of snow, the hidden snow village. Ending of book 4, I guess? Yeah, 4, nigga. On God, my G. This body me lit. Body me lit. Ay. I'ma win this bitch. Anyways, let me just get a little snack, and I'll go back to the video, my nigga. How long have I been here, bro? Anyways. The team of Rin, Haku, Zabuza, Kimimaru, Shisui, and Izumi was on a boat to the land of waves. Now I made a mistake just now. Zabuza is back at the village because he thinks that they would be scared of him because he really tried to like murder all of them. So he decided to stay back and stay there where everyone went, and also take care of the rest of the villagers if they tried any funny business. Naruto didn't tell them that they're basically on again just for life, but he'll tell them later on. So then Naruto went to the land of waves, and they were on their way there. Now this is where Shisui got talking, and asked Naruto what his Joe Rating Sharingan can do. Naruto then said that, to be perfectly honest with you, I know little about it. All I know, I can use an ability called Koto no Tsukami, and Shisui, when hearing this, was surprised but didn't show it. I can use something called Almighty Push Pull, Summoning, King of Hell, and other shit that really has really confusing names. Purple Zetsu can tell. Guys, hold on for a bit. I'll be right back. Shit, I hate this, bro. Anyway, guys, sorry to leave for a bit. My grandmother was calling me. I don't know why I'm the only one here. She is so sickly and old. I think there should be multiple people here, but it's only me. Well, I guess I'm staying here for free because like I'm supposed to be in Canada. It's supposed to be in Texas. Anyways, I don't give a fuck. So by the way, guys, actually, I need to listen. I'll be moving out soon. I'm gonna getting a mic, by the way. So you know, I'm moving out soon. I've saved enough money to buy my own fucking house, finally. But I'm not excited though. Like, y'all niggas don't understand, right? I'm a teenager, bordering going an adult, right? And I've never really told you my real age because I don't think YouTube allows you to do that. And being an adult, I'm not really technically an adult. I'm not technically an adult, or nowhere close. But I'm getting my own house. But it's not going to be my name until I'm 18. But I'm getting my own house to stay in because my parents are very irresponsible. Technically, my parents are never actually here. So, yeah. That's the sad fact. I don't really talk to my parents, my mother and my father included. So it's not like my father just went and get some milk and didn't come back. It's like both of them went for milk and didn't come back. But I know where they are. So how do you explain this, right? So your dad went for milk and your mother. They left, but you know exactly where they are, and they tried to keep in contact with you. So that's about basically where it's going. Yeah, I don't know how to explain that to you though. Anyways, so I'm getting my own house because my parents are really responsible. So, and I'm getting a mic, so I'm gonna have videos on the daily, probably, maybe. And there were no disruptions or interruptions in my whole entire studio recording. So, yeah, But I'm actually gonna have to come back here time to time because like I said, my grandmother's really sick and real sickly. She's not sickly that she's dying, but like she's like, you understand, right? So let's go back into the video. So Naruto entered the land of waves, seeing exact how he left it. He thought it would be better, but it's exactly how he left it. And Rin and Izumi were really shocked at what they saw. Kimimaru, Haku, and Shisui had a stone face, but in the inside they were kind of sorry for these people. Now Naruto took off his hood, and when one person saw his face, he shouted out, "Lord Naruto!" And the rest followed suit and seeing Naruto, and all of them come up to Naruto, like kind of bowing and going on their knees, saying, "Lord Naruto, you're finally back here. It's so glad to see you." And they come, and this news eventually gets to Tazuna and his family. Now Naruto tells them that he wants to talk to all of them, and then he waves some hand signs and wood sprouted off the ground, and basically a what do you call it now? Stadium, not a stadium. Just a chair, a desk, a chair, and some other shit appear in the middle of the village where Naruto goes to sit down on it. Naruto says, "I've heard that all of you have gone into poverty, and I've come to somewhat save you. I'm starting a new village called the Village Hated in Nature Gekure. And this is where I'm planning to keep all of you. I know it's very tough on like abandoning home, where all of them shout, so yes, finally we get to escape to the land of water." And they explained that the land of water has been in a war, and some war people have been coming here ransacking the place time to time. So they really want to get out of here. And let me explain where Uzumaki is. Uzumaki is in between. It's in the middle of all the villages, technically. It's in the middle of all the villages, but it has like a wall, a border. It's like an island that's in the middle of all the nations. So it's not just there. It's all of the nations, right? So they go. So everyone's happy, and Naruto tells them, if that's the case, pack your stuff and get, if there's any engineers or tacticians in the in the in this place or here, please step up. And like 2 to 3 men step up, and Naruto says, "I want you to take measurements of everyone's houses. Tell me how much bedrooms each person needs. So if people need 2 or 3 bedrooms, their furniture that everyone has in their house, so he can also order that to give back to them, and get on running from there." And Naruto says that he's gonna fake all of their deaths. So he's gonna make it look like every one of them is absolutely dead, and he's gonna write a fate letter recon thing that saying that one of them tried to kill enemy shinobi, and in turn sacrificed everyone's lives. And they were shocked, but they also were happy that they finally get away from this place and start a new life, start a new path for themselves, their families, and the rest of this. I'm thinking I'm gonna do this in 2 parts, and and I think I'm gonna go to the war arc, and after the war arc, because I'm getting really tired for no reason. I'm getting really tired. I don't think I'm cut out for movies, because I know I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna link this together. I'm gonna go up all to where Naruto's in Akatsuki and he meets everyone. So this is where, let me see where I end. So yeah, you guys have a few left. You have a few arcs in left in me. So you have this arc to deal with, this arc, I have this arc, and this arc to deal with. Alright, so you got a few arcs in your reign. Like, don't be sad, don't be mad. Anyways, please excuse me. I'm so mad because I don't know where this is going. My mother is gonna tell me to go for some groceries for her. So let me get this arc out of the way. So if I end up ending the video, I know the video on the arc. Anyways, I'm gonna get pissed. Anyways, so I'm sorry for that break. So everyone starts packing, getting out of their stuffs in their bags, suitcases, everything they own. This getting every ends of money they have, and they are going into the village. Now they're exiting the village one by one, and Naruto is making sure no one's watching them, and he gets everyone to place explosion seals on every corner of the village, and when there's like miles away, says Kutsk, and all the bombs explode, and there goes the hidden the the land of waves. But the bridge, the Great Naruto Bridge, still stands strong, not wavering against the explosion, not one bit. But now everything is in smoke, and they turn their backs and walks. Naruto makes a big boat for everyone to go back to the land of whirlpools. And everyone is just nostalgic. Like they, everyone's happy that they're gone now, but they, it's sad to see their home goes into smithereens. But they understand why it needed to happen, because if everyone just upped and leave, it would bring suspicion to the rest of the nations. And Naruto, if there's one thing he doesn't want right now, is people looking for him. And talking about people looking for him, no one's doing it at this point, but they're getting less and less reports from the warden about Naruto. They either think Naruto is behaving good, or not causing anything, or his spirit is so broken he's not even able to leave or move. But they're starting to get suspicious because Naruto, they hate to admit it, but Naruto has an unbreakable will. Even if they would do the worst things to him, he would still try to find the good in someone. So it doesn't make sense for him just to break in a few weeks, which Naruto also knows they will catch on at some point, but he's gonna try to last it out as far as he can, because he's been someone in his village has been writing all of those letters, not him. So everyone makes it back to Uzu, and now Naruto says the second stage of the of this plan is to attack and conquer the land of snow. Now they have incredible technology, but it's really looked down on for of the three great nations, and we can easily blame it on the grass village, which we will destroy next, or which you will get to next. Now Naruto says, I need all of you and all the shinobi of the people from the blood prison to follow me, and we will attack. Now Naruto is on a boat with, now they have gone on the boat, only resting for a few seconds, and last order he left to everyone, for the people from the blood prison, was to populate. By mean breeding like rabbits, nigga. Breed like rabbits, my G. So that's what some of them do. Some of the girls out there, they start bleeding like rabbits. that is weird. Anyways, so Zabuza, Haku, Rin, Izumi, Shisui, and you're asking me why Rin is there. Rin is not that strong. Rin is a Chunin, and she's a Jinchuriki, bro. Even if she's not that strong skill-wise, Naruto's gonna tell her that she should actually summon on the 3-touch chakra, and which she's surprised. And this is where Black Zetsu says that was the main reason I revived you. You have the 3-touch chakra still within you, and Naruto has been slowly giving it form and reviving it. Naruto says what? And Naruto's like, wait, what did he say? And Naruto says, yeah, reviving. And Naruto's like, okay, I don't know, I've been doing that. And Rin says, but I'll lose control. No, then Purple Zetsu says, the 3 tails that's within you right now has no conscience, has no mind, has no thoughts of its own. All that's there right now is its chakra and its lifeless and its soulless body that can just generate more chakra. But eventually I'll give it a soul, or Naruto would give it a soul, and you can make friends with each other. And Rin begrudgingly accepts that fact, and they head to the land of snow. Now let's go into the POV of some of the softer members of Naruto's team. That includes Izumi. Izumi has a lot of determination, but what they're talking about is killing thousands of innocent people, maybe thousands of innocent people, to conquer their village. Although it's in a cause that just strengthens their village, and it's what every village does, it's kind of sad to see people go down like that. And this is Rin has the same thought process as her. She's a hardened shinobi that's lived through war, but she has some amounts of sanity, and Naruto has sanity too, and he's questioned Purple Zetsu, and they heard Naruto question this, and this is where Black Zetsu sets up that if they don't get stronger and the village finds out of them about them, they're going to die, Naruto. And he drills this into everyone that if they don't get stronger, if they don't get better technology and catch up, they are going to be exterminated. No matter how strong Naruto might get, he can't handle all of the nations at one time. Not yet. Not right now. And they begrudgingly accept this fact because Naruto is strong, don't get me wrong. He's probably like the third strongest out of all of them. But that does not mean that he's invincible. So they all move towards it. The day was a desolate, cold night. The birds was unheard. The village was quiet. Although there was noise in the village, it was almost not even there. It's almost like there was no one in the village. No one could hear anything. It was weird. Then people started to notice about it. Every sound that was there didn't echo. Everyone felt this dreary feeling until they felt a nasty, untamed chakra. 2 of it, anyways. Then they heard a part of the village explode, and then another part explode. Then people realized this was the power of Jinchuriki. Then a nasty aura appeared, and this was the aura of Momochi Zabuza. The air became cold. This was Hakuyuki. They saw on 2 roofs, crouching with both of their hands on the poles, with their Sharingan blazing, both of them activating both of their Sharingan, then turning into their Mangekyo Sharingan. This was both Shisui and Izumi activating their Sharingan and Mangekyo Sharingan respectfully. They both have katanas on their hands and jumped off, starting to get people, either trying to detain people, or if people fought back and realized they just couldn't let them live, killed them. Rin and Naruto were in their 4 tails and 3 tails mode respectively, and they were fighting. They were actually out of control. Well, Naruto was out of control, but Rin was fine. Because it has no soul, there's no intent to destroy, but she had to keep Naruto's head on the task sometimes. So yeah, so Naruto was going out of control time to time, but yeah. I know you want to know how Naruto has such control of the Kyuubi chakra. That's how he beat Sasuke. He was in the 2 tails at that point in time. So yeah, and he learned to control the 2 tails at that point in time. So he just there, right? So Naruto decides, right? So everyone's going in on the village, and this is where the village, they've been fighting for at least 3 days straight. Some people has died on their side, which is the people from the Blood Prison. Not really anyone important. Some people are injured. Naruto is like heavily injured because he's been in. When he gets out of this form, he's gonna be injured heavily because he's in the 4 tails for at least 3 days now. And when she's gonna be in pain for a long time too, because version 2 stick kind of peels off your fucking skin. So yeah, Haku, Zabuza, most of them are very tired, but they're pushing through because there's a light at the end of the tunnel, so they're trying to get out until the last stage of the war goes on, and it's finally out to the war has finally stopped. The fighting has stopped, but the only people that there's left to exterminate is the leaders of the Hidden Snow Village. 5 leaders. Guys, I'm gonna pause it. Hold on. So this is the end of the video part. I'll be done. Bye.